Tired of seeing $1,200 flagships hogging the spotlight just because they've got fancy names and curved glass? Good news, you don't need to sell a kidney to get top-tier performance anymore. Thanks to Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 and its leaner twin, the 8S Gen 3, we're entering a new era of powerful, smartly priced Android phones that actually deliver where it counts. In this list, we're skipping overpriced hype and diving straight into the best value beasts, phones with killer chipsets, solid cameras, sharp displays, and battery life that won't flinch mid-game. Whether you're gaming, multitasking, or just want buttery smooth everything without the flagship tax, these are the models to watch. Affordable doesn't mean average, and this lineup proves it. Let's break down the smartest Snapdragon picks of the year.
At number 5, the Xiaomi Poco F6 confidently walks the line between mid-range price and flagship performance. And spoiler, it absolutely nails it. Powered by the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, this phone brings next-gen speed and efficiency without the flagship tax. Built on a 4nm process, the 8S Gen 3 inherits much of the architectural DNA of its bigger brother, the 8 Gen 3, including high-efficiency cores, next-level AI acceleration, and a GPU that chews through high frame rate gaming with almost no thermal drop-off. And here's the thing, Xiaomi didn't just throw a great chip in and call it a day. They optimized everything around it. With LPDDR5X RAM and UFS 4.0 storage, apps open in a blink, games load instantly, and multitasking feels impossibly fluid. Then comes the display, a 6.77-inch AMOLED dot display with 1.5K resolution, 120Hz refresh rate, Dolby Vision, and HDR10+. It's bright, sharp, and color accurate, offering a visual experience that feels way above its price class. And when it comes to power, the Poco F6 charges at a ridiculous 90 watts, going from 0 to 100% in under 35 minutes, thanks to Xiaomi's smart battery split system and safety tech. Whether you're into gaming, editing, streaming, or just want raw speed without paying a premium, this is the budget flagship killer to watch. It's not just fast, it's efficient, intelligent, and fine-tuned to squeeze every drop of performance from Qualcomm's 2024 silicon. Poco didn't just aim to compete, they showed up swinging.
Let's talk about a phone that doesn't scream flagship, but under the hood, it's more powerful than half the phones twice its price. Meet the OnePlus 13R, a quiet monster built around Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, the same silicon that drives the very top-tier Android devices of 2025. And yes, it's every bit as fast as you'd expect. Lightning-quick app loads, buttery smooth animations, and rock-solid gaming with no thermal panic. The chip's AI engine handles everything from photo enhancement to smart battery allocation without you ever noticing. It just works. Speaking of battery, here's a number that stops the scroll: 6,000 milliamp hours. That's not just all-day power, that's 2-day, no charger needed endurance for regular users. And when you do need juice, the 55-watt SuperVOOC fast charging will take care of it in a flash, because waiting for a full tank in 2025 just isn't acceptable. Let's not ignore the display. It's a 6.78-inch Pro XDR AMOLED panel with silky 120Hz refresh rate, HDR10+, and enough brightness to cut through direct sunlight. Whether you're binge-watching or doom-scrolling, it's color-accurate, punchy, and feels premium. Add to that 12 gigs of LPDDR5X RAM, blazing fast UFS 4.0 storage, and you've got a device that laughs at lag. The Hasselblad camera system isn't just a brand sticker, it's tuned for rich, natural color and sharpness you wouldn't expect in this price segment. Photos come out clean, balanced, and confidently flagship-like even in weird lighting. And finally, the design. The Astral Trail finish brings a sleek, futuristic vibe that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi flick, not in your pocket. The 13R doesn't cut corners. It outpaces expectations, smashes battery anxiety, and delivers the kind of daily experience you usually pay double for. Understated? Maybe. Underrated? Absolutely.
In third place, we've got a phone that doesn't just push performance, it slams it into overdrive. The REDMAGIC 10 Air isn't here to blend in. It's built around the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and not just any version, the high-performance tier that takes the already powerful X4 core and pushes it even harder. It runs at up to 3.3 GHz with smarter task scheduling, enhanced AI computing, and a GPU that shreds through any mobile game you throw at it. This chip is built on the latest 4nm architecture, delivering desktop-like power with mobile-class efficiency. From multitasking to ray-traced graphics, the REDMAGIC 10 Air handles it all, fast, smooth, and without breaking a sweat.
Why? Because this phone literally breathes. Inside the sleek white chassis is an active cooling system. Yes, a real physical turbofan that kicks in during heavy use, keeping temps down and performance high. It's not just a gimmick, it's how REDMAGIC keeps the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 stable at full throttle for longer than most flagship phones even try. The 6.8-inch AMOLED display brings it all to life with a buttery smooth 120Hz refresh rate, 1.5K resolution, and ultra-fast touch response for competitive gaming. It's flat, immersive, and tuned for serious players, but still gorgeous for Netflix, YouTube, or photo editing. With 12 GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 256 GB of UFS 4.0 storage, it's a multitasking machine. Load times are instant, background apps don't stutter, and everything feels surgically responsive. And with 5G dual SIM support, this phone is ready to go global fast. Sure, it's built for gamers, but don't let the name fool you. The REDMAGIC 10 Air is just as good for power users, tech enthusiasts, and anyone who's tired of overpriced flagships that throttle under pressure. At this price point, with this chipset and that cooling system, it's not just a smart buy, it's a performance steal.
In second place, we're stepping into full flagship territory, but not the overpriced, overhyped kind. The Nubia Z60 Ultra is what happens when a brand decides to break the rules of modern smartphone design and then supercharge the result. First, let's talk about the brain, Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. This chip needs no introduction. 4nm, top-tier X4 performance core, ultra-efficient threading, and graphics horsepower that can rival entry-level laptops. Paired with Nubia's thermal management and optimization, it delivers consistently smooth performance even during long gaming sessions or intensive multitasking. But the real flex? That 6.8-inch AMOLED screen, completely flat, zero notches, no punch-hole camera, and absolutely no distractions. It's a clean, uninterrupted slab of content thanks to the under-display selfie camera, making this one of the few true full-screen phones left in 2025. And yes, the display still hits hard with 120Hz refresh, high brightness, and rich color reproduction, perfect for watching, working, or just flexing on your friends. Now the cameras. We're looking at a 50-megapixel Sony IMX800 main sensor with OIS, 64-megapixel periscope telephoto, and a 50-megapixel ultra-wide, giving you true flagship versatility. Portraits look like DSLR shots, low light is crisp, and zoom doesn't fall apart like most mid-tier phones. Add in RAW support and Nubia's pro-grade photo app, and you've got a serious tool in your pocket. It also packs a 6,000 mAh battery, which is wild for a phone this slim, and 80-watt fast charging to get you topped up in under 40 minutes. No wireless charging? Maybe, but with that capacity and speed, you won't miss it. The Z60 Ultra isn't here to follow trends. No curved edges, no floating islands, just pure, refined power in an angular body that screams confidence. If you're tired of compromise, if you want true flagship specs, modern design, and unbeatable battery, this is your sleeper pick of the year.
Taking the crown at number 1 is a phone that does what many flagships don't. It balances raw power, elegance, and features without the vanity price tag. Meet the Motorola Edge 50 Ultra, and make no mistake, this is not a budget device. It packs a ridiculous 1 terabyte of storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM, giving you the kind of overhead usually reserved for laptops. But the real magic is how it uses that power. At the heart is the Snapdragon 8S Gen 3, a chip that's dangerously close to the full-fat 8 Gen 3. Same 4nm process, same AI engine, same ultra-capable GPU, but tuned for smarter energy use and thermal balance. Paired with Motorola's clean, near-stock Android 14 and smart RAM management, everything feels instant. No lag, no bloat, just pure flagship responsiveness. Flip it around and you're looking at one of the most underrated camera systems on the market. 50-megapixel main sensor with OIS, 50-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 64-megapixel telephoto with 3x optical zoom. These cameras are powered by Moto's AI Photo Enhancement Suite and tuned with Pantone-certified color accuracy, which makes skin tones, skies, and shadows look ridiculously natural. It's not just sharp, it's cinematic. Then there's the display, a 6.7-inch 1.5K POLED panel, curved but not aggressive, with 144Hz refresh, HDR10+, and peak brightness that punches through daylight. It's immersive without going overboard, and the haptics are tight and satisfying. And don't forget the 6,000 mAh battery. Yes, 6,000, plus 125-watt wired and 50-watt wireless charging. That means you're getting top-tier endurance and recovery speed in one package with reverse wireless thrown in just to flex. The Motorola Edge 50 Ultra isn't about hype. It's about refinement. It's the no-compromise Android flagship for those who care about real specs, clean design, and meaningful features, not marketing fluff. And in this list, it stands at the top because it delivers flagship everything without charging you extra for the name. So there you have it, the smartest Snapdragon power phones of 2025 that don't cost a fortune. Whether you're a gamer chasing high frame rates, a power user juggling dozens of apps, or just someone who wants a fast phone without the flagship fluff, this list had something for you. The Poco F6 delivered unbeatable value, the OnePlus 13R brought flagship power without the price, and the REDMAGIC 10 Air was basically a gaming PC in your pocket. Nubia stunned us with that full screen design, and Motorola, it showed up with flagship specs, massive storage, and insane charging and still undercut the usual suspects. Which one would you pick? Drop your favorite down in the comments, or the one you wouldn't touch. Like the video if you found your next phone, subscribe if you want more smart tech picks every week, and don't forget, links to all models are in the description. I'm out. Stay sharp, stay fast, and stay on budget.